Good morning. Today is the 19th of March, 2026. It's a 5-day. Got some heavy stuff happening right now. First of all, fives are about freedom, adventure, change, versatility. They're restless and crave variety. Fives, life path fives, 5 days too. You might have some trouble sitting still today. Fives also crave new experiences and excitement. So 5 days are going to do whatever the hell they can to make life interesting for you. 5 is in the middle of the spectrum of numbers from 1 to 9. It's right in the middle. And so they're seeking balance at all times. 5 is the change that seeks balance. 5 days are about living life on your terms. Now, with that being said, I've been talking for the last couple of days about the Observer. Well, maybe no. Yesterday I mentioned the Observer, but I've been hearing it over and over again for a couple of days, and I want to let you know that the Observer is not the ego, and the ego is not the self. The Observer is the part of you that can look at actions, behaviors, emotions, reactivity, and not just other people, primarily about yourself. It's about yourself. The Observer is the one who is able to look at these things and go, oh damn, why am I doing that? The Observer is not the voice in your head that is, telling you that, whatever the fuck it's telling you. The Observer is not that voice in your head. And the reason why I bring that up is because this is a collective of people who are dwelling on the negative, right? You're staying stuck in a loop. There's anger and rage, and I don't understand why. I don't understand why you're staying stuck in the negativity. Like, you can't just observe it and then move on with your life. The things that happened in the past are no longer there. I mean, they shaped the present, right? But they're not there anymore. So why are you stuck dwelling on it? Why are you even still talking about it? We have Sagittarius 10th house or Midheaven energy this morning. 10th house is about career, your public recognition, achievements, authority. And when I looked at the word authority while I was researching the Sagittarius 10th house energy, authority has the word author in it. And we are the author of our lives. And now that I'm thinking about it, staying stuck in that negativity and continuing to tell the story, continuing to express the anger, speaking it out loud over and over and over again instead of processing the reasoning why. You're essentially writing your story to constantly be in a state of negativity. 10th house, or midheaven, is also about how you're perceived in the wider world. So with Sagittarius, it infuses these areas with fiery Jupiter-ruled energy, right? So optimism, adventure, philosophy, truth-seeking, freedom. Today's a 5-day. Love for growth and exploration. People with Sagittarius in their midheaven are viewed as big thinkers, truth tellers. Their reputation tends to be bright, uplifting, and magnetic. But sometimes they can be seen as blunt, restless, or overly idealistic. 10th house is about career, so a lot of these people tend to be teachers or philosophers, religious or spiritual leaders. They have infectious enthusiasm, public appeal, and a visionary approach, but the dark side of that is they can be impulsive. They can have oppositional defiance toward authority. And they can be preachy without tact. I was drawn to my tiger's eye this morning. And tiger's eye gives, it's good for courage, confidence, and personal power. It's very grounding. And can help promote confidence. It's protective. When I'm traveling, I keep tiger's eye in my car. It helps with our willpower and our motivation. And it is good for anything that deals with the root chakra or the solar plexus chakra. So, collective is in some funky energy this morning. And dwelling on the past. Okay. Realize if you stay there, you're going to keep manifesting from that place. I'm hearing stop watching the news. Stop watching the news. If it doesn't affect your little personal bubble right here, if it has nothing to do with you, let it go. Alright, so one card from the Energy Oracle. Victory. I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck, but I'm not going to, we're not going to talk about it right now. I am definitely letting that go for right now. All right, so victory, card number 28. 28's 10. 10 is 1. Victory says success, achievement. My God, these fucking flies. Okay. This card shows a beautiful spirit holding a golden victory leaf in wreath in acknowledgement of your achievement. Success is on its way. And you have a sense of pride in what you've worked to accomplish. The achievement may be a great outer success, or it may be a deep inner change that you've been exerting a lot of effort toward. Enjoy the sense of accomplishment, but be careful not to rest upon your laurels. People expect outer triumph to bring great changes, but often there may be inner work still to do. Let yourself be open to victory on every level now. Okay. So, victory tells me that you are going to figure out why you're still dwelling on whatever this past thing was that's keeping you looping back to it. What is this thing? Actually, I don't even want to know what this thing is. Let's figure out why. Why? Be a curious creature. Tell your story. Figure out why you keep looping back to the past. Love your inner child. That's on your feminine receiving side. Being bullheaded on your feminine action side. The key to wisdom. Masculine receiving. A queen bee. Masculine action. Undeserving villains at the bottom of the deck. All right. Undeserving villains. Oh, and there's five little bats on that card. Victim blaming. There's something about you playing victim in this, but it's masked as savior. Like you're acting like you're the savior, but you're doing that because you want people to think that you're the victim. Undeserving villains. So, breaking out of this loop of past trauma is going to be identifying the true villain in your story. Oh, right? Be curious. Start asking questions. And tell your story. Okay. So love your inner child. When we're stuck in the past and we're looping about things that happened weeks ago and we're still looping about it, we're missing the point. We're missing the point. You must become first like small children to enter the kingdom of heaven. And being a curious creature requires us to nurture that inner child. And being bullheaded goes right back to the why are you victim blaming? You're not the fucking victim. What did you do to put yourself in that situation? This is about becoming the observer. Observe the situation from the outside. You have to step out of the loop and take a look at it a little bit. The key to wisdom and a queen bee. Queen bee, this is about your sovereignty. Doesn't have to be a female. It doesn't have to be a woman. This collective is gender neutral. So take it how it resonates. This could be your internal feminine needing to straighten her crown and nurture the inner child. about learning to remother yourself. I actually do want to read the key to wisdom. One key. Knowledge is power, but if that knowledge is not tempered by wisdom, it could be said that the knowledge and the power are wasted. The key to wisdom is knowing that you're here to learn and choosing to see a lesson in all that you do and experience, not just from books and practice. So the key to wisdom here is about you recognizing the lesson in that past event that's got you stuck in this loop. Cool. Yeah, and a lot of times, we are willing to say, so-and-so did that to me. My husband left me with 4 small children and diapers, and it's his fault that I'm stuck in the situation that I'm in. Choosing to stay stuck in that and continuing to identify with the abandoned wife role, continuing to identify with that will keep you trapped in that loop for years. Years and years and years and years. Tell me about Be a Curious Creature, please. Thank you. We've got the Eon. Judgment. Be a curious creature with judgment. Got it. Curiosity killed the cat. This proverb is offered as a warning to those who ask too many questions. However, a curious, questioning person would soon discover that the original version was care killed the cat. Curiosity had nothing to do with it. Another later version of the proverb is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. And judgment is about awakening. Arising to our own calling, our higher self, calling back the lower self to stop listening to ego. So, wake up. What is the reason that you're continuously looping in this cycle? Tell your story, please. 2 of Swords and Peace. Tell your story. You have a decision to make. Are you going to identify with the story? Or are you going to take authority? Take authority over your story and choose a different way to tell it. Tell me about Love Your Inner Child. Whoa. Okay, we've got the Prince of Pentacles. And here's that Take the Bulls by the Horn energy, man. The Knight of Pentacles. And the 7 of Cups says debauch. Or like debauchery. Seven of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. So the Seven of Cups is about all of these illusions, all of these options, all of the trauma and drama, and needing to choose yourself out of all of that. Sevens are also about our spirituality, like the nature of the human. Debauchery makes me think about the ways in which our emotions lead our behavior. And the Prince of Discs, I mean, this is the slowest knight in this deck, but it's because he's working in the 3D. And this is about literally grabbing the bull by the horns, reparenting yourself, loving your inner child. Your inner child is over here acting a damn fool and running your life in Shadowland. And it's time to pull that little motherfucker up by the short and curlies, by his ear, and hey, let's see what's going on with you. So we need to be reparenting that inner child, right? Being bullheaded, tell me. Seven of Wands with Valor. Time to protect your energy. You're letting your inner child run amok over here in the past, allowing you to think that you're the victim in this thing, this whole thing, when really you were the villain. We're all the villain in our own story. Nobody hurts our feelings more than we do. And it's time for you to rein in your shadow, your ego. Rein it in. Key to wisdom, tell me. The Six of Swords with interference. Yeah. That voice in your head, that ego, is interference. Then the Ace of Discs. Okay. Oh, I lied. That's the Eight of Swords with interference. Yeah, okay. So you're being bullheaded. You're keeping yourself trapped. It's time to take a look in the mirror and identify the shadow. Identify the upside down, inverted version of yourself and deal with the inner child portion of that and move on. And that's where your new beginning, that's the new seed that you are planting for yourself. Take off the blindfold. All right, now tell me about a queen bee. Fortune. And the Prince of Wands. The Knight of Wands, okay. So we've got divine timing and extreme enthusiasm. This Prince of Wands makes me feel like Sagittarius in the 10th house. So taking your drive and your willpower and authority back. Quit letting your broken inner child run your life. And you're not too late. You're doing all of this work like in divine timing. This Prince of Wands also tells me that I also relate this particular Prince of Wands to your spirit team. So, calling all angels black crows, okay? Harnessing that extreme passion to remother yourself is going to change this cycle for you. Three of Wands with virtue at the bottom of the deck. Okay, now at the bottom of the energy oracle is the Angel of Love. And you know me, like I fucking avoid love readings like they're the plague, but I've come to the realization that ultimately all of these readings that I do for you guys are for me first. This is about me looking in the mirror and telling myself these things. So I have to absorb this information for myself first. So when I'm looking in the camera, I'm talking to Naoma. I'm talking to little Naoma, to broken Naoma. Angel of Love is about loving you first, loving me first. This whole reading is about remothering ourselves to get the little inner child brat under control and recognizing that we're the villains in our story. And allowing those things that happened in the past to direct our lives is going to keep us stuck in the loop of why are bad things always happening to me. Recognize the lesson of those past experiences. Learn that lesson, integrate that lesson, and move on. Move on, because it has no bearing on now. I love you guys. Have an incredible day, and I will catch you on the next one. Later.